Oh, exploded. Oh shit! Wow. Again, look, you can see kind of the billboard particle system there.
Hey guys, it's Elongo from TreeView Studios. I'm putting together a short review of Fallout 4 VR. This is gonna be focused on a developer point of view, observing the game. A VR developer. I'm currently a VR, AR, MR developer in TreeView Studios, working on a few different projects. One of the projects I worked on lately was Alchemist Defender VR, which is coming to Oculus before Christmas, and a few other projects. But I thought it would be pretty interesting to put together a review of first impression of the game from a developer point of view, which kind of observing, by developing games, one kind of familiarizes with many different challenges that developers face, and it's interesting to kind of observe these things that normal players don't notice. I'm a huge fan of the VR YouTube community. I don't want to give specific names, but all of the big YouTubers, I watch almost all of their videos. I'm a huge fan of them. I watch the Saturday podcasts almost every Saturday. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's a huge must to be up to date with everything that's happening within the community. And yeah, the idea is to put together a first Fallout 4 VR is one of the biggest anticipated games of the year. And yeah, the idea is to kind of first impressions from a developer point of view. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know any feedback, comments, ideas, and about anything related to VR, AR, MR. Okay, let's jump into VR.
Hey guys. Okay, so we're here in VR in Fallout 4 VR. So I kind of skipped through rushed through the intro and the first tutorial, kind of to show you guys the open world, which I think is the most interesting part of this game, how they managed to create a huge open world with the size of Fallout 4 in VR. So, first few comments. So the two biggest challenges when developing a game for VR that are specific to the platform and not so many other things that are complicated in any game is performance and usability. So in terms of performance, this huge world, this huge game has to run at 90 frames per second. That's very, very hard to achieve, and that's a very high benchmark. So there's many different tips, tricks, strategies to be able to achieve that. So, for example, it's important to know what's the heaviest thing in terms of performance, to be able to identify what are the heaviest rendering tasks that a game has to do. And one of the heaviest is rendering 3D models. So basically, the game has to first calculate all of the positions of every vertex in all of the 3D models in the whole scene, and draw the whole scene, and all of that has to be done 90 times in every second. So that's really hardcore stuff. So for example, if you kind of observe the floor, which is very nice, but you can kind of see that they try to use as few 3D models as possible. So here in this, it's kind of like rubble. You can actually see that in the texture, most of the texture, you can see the rocks, which is actually a texture. An image is very easy to render compared to a 3D model. And then you actually have the rocks, which are actually few compared to the amount of rocks that are drawn on the texture. Again, this game looks amazing. I'm just being very, very, detailed. Observation is pretty detailed. Okay, so, and then we have, for example, how did they achieve this kind of grass? So if you kind of look at it, these are actually sprites, which are 2D images. if you actually see them, they're actually 2D. And they have the transparency, of course, to be able to see through them. So they're actually these textures that kind of, these planes, these images that move around. They're called sprites, but they move around. They kind of seem like from, a meter away, they seem like actual grass. If we come here, we can also see, this is also an image. You can see the transparency there. I mean, again, this looks really nice, but if you kind of look in detail, you kind of see how these guys manage to put, this huge environment to be able to run fluidly in VR. This game is developed in, I think it's Creation Studio, which is the game engine of Bethesda. I would really like to try it out. I use mostly Unity and Unreal Engine, which are the two major game engines that most people use. But big companies have their own game engines, and this is Bethesda's. I'm actually not sure if it's available to the public. If it is, it would be amazing to be able to test it out, try it out, and see what it does. So let me make sure I'm good. Let's turn around. I can turn around myself, but I kind of want to look at the camera. So let's see what we have here. My hands don't react to the world, which is too bad. But again, this game wasn't built from ground up for VR. It's kind of adapted from the original Fallout 4. So there's many, to be able to actually touch and move objects in the world. That takes a lot of. It's not that easy to be able to do that. Most VR games that are created from ground up, that's something that you kind of see, but from a game that's actually been adapted, you could have to kind of like recreate the whole way of interacting. This game is also designed as a first-person shooter. So first-person shooter, you can have your gun here, and you kind of like walk around the world like this. So the user in the traditional game wouldn't be able to actually interact with, you can't do this. You would kind of like just get stuck there. Can I shoot him? There we go. Let's come in here. Okay, pretty cool. Can I grab stuff? Yes, I can. Molotov cocktail. Yes, take all of this. There we go. First aid kit. Yep, we want all of this as well. Take all. There we go. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about interactivity. That's another huge challenge in VR, since there's no defined standards. The industry kind of is adapting to the feedback of the community. Some people like locomotion, free locomotion, to be able to move around, with the joysticks. I'm a bit more of a fan of teleportation. Especially this is kind of like a dash, it can kind of perceive like I'm sprinting there. It's not like I'm disappearing and appearing there. Can I open this? Yes, let's get all of this stuff. There we go. No. Okay, let's go back, take all of this stuff. So usability, that's a big challenge in VR. This game has a few things that, the kind of like, at one moment there was a kind of a semi-standard that the thumbstick was kind of like the standard for teleporting, so you kind of like moved around like this. This game has left trigger to teleport, which is okay. It's kind of different for what I'm accustomed to, but that's fine. Then we have another big challenge is in VR, you don't usually just throw a HUD or a menu on top of the user's face, because it would be it would kind of like break your immersion. So the HUDs and the menus are usually diegetic. Diegetic means it's part of the environment. This is part of this world. If I had a sign that's in my face, that's not part of this world. It's kind of like, it would kind of breaks the immersion. So, people developers do something like this, which is amazing. And I love how it kind of gets big. When I look at it, it's kind of there. doesn't bother, and then it would be too small to look at it. It's okay, so it's two. Yeah, it has two ways to activate this. It's basically when I look at it, and if I can come close. No, it's when I look at it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's awesome. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Non-diegetic. This is not part of the world. You know, I have this in my face. I'm not too big of a fan of non-diegetic UIs. Okay, let's just close this. I like this kind of stuff. So another thing that's interesting is the background world. All of that what you see is not 3D model. If it was, this game would kind of be like running at 1 frame per second. So there's two techniques that's used to do this. One is level of detail. So for example, this tree over here, which looks pretty nice. This one looks nice as well. So these actually they're pretty low poly, but they look nice. You can actually see the sides it's not round, because round needs more polygons. Squares, if big size need less. So and the branches over there are probably not 3D models. They're sprites, animated sprites. They look really nice. I'm just mentioning. Is this a? Yeah, that's a texture. So textures are so much easier to render than images than 3D models. So you can actually see that this is a texture and this is a 3D model. So you have the outside which is a 3D model and this is a texture. Yes. This is also a texture. So I was saying about level of detail. That tree that's over there has probably half of the polygons of this tree over here. Because of the distance, I can't perceive it, so they use level of details, which, you know, it can be many, but usually 3. You know, what's up close, what's you know, halfway, what's at medium distance, and what's far away. Those that are far away are probably just like a square. And then in the background, in VR, they use most games use 360 images. So you can see all of those mountains in the background. Actually, the sky is not moving. It's not moving. No, it's not. No, that's part of a texture as well. That's part of an image, which looks amazing. Okay, the fog over there is moving. That's pretty cool. But the clouds aren't. Okay. I mean, again, this game looks amazing. I'm just pointing out a few interesting comments. So level of detail is one of the big techniques that used to be able to define. Whoops! I just grabbed that. Oh, I can grab stuff. Wow, I didn't know this. Okay, this is awesome. I thought you couldn't grab stuff. Ooh. This is what I love with VR, you know, to be able to interact with the world. Okay, here we have a non-diegetic world. Non-diegetic. I couldn't read that. It went too fast. Non-diegetic UI. Okay, I'm so happy that this game just got so much better to be able to interact with things. I thought you couldn't interact with stuff. The physics looks pretty awesome. Okay, amazing. I'm gonna start grabbing everything that I see. Can I grab this guy? Okay, no matters, no worries. And the other technique that I was saying, sorry I'm getting distracted with all of this stuff, is level streaming. So this is a huge open world. So how does the game developer be able to have all of this stuff, all of this huge world available to the user without rendering it all? And the technique that they use is level streaming. So you kind of have the zone that I'm at right here, which is this is being rendered, but I assume that's what's behind that hill over there. There's nothing now at this point. There's nothing. It's just empty. We still have some water over there. Oh, I'm running out of bullets. So as I start moving away from this area, it stops. At what point it will stop? It will stop rendering. It will be erased from RAM. Well, it depends. I'm not really sure. Maybe they'll keep it in RAM just in case. I'm not actually sure how much RAM this game needs. But it's not being rendered. So if I start coming back, it will probably go. It will start rendering. That's how you can explore huge worlds. And it's kind of like these little blocks that are, they turn them on and turn them off as you move around this huge environment. Okay, so again, coming back to the usability, this game is very complex. There's so many things you can do. There's so many, you can scavenge. There's so many different activities that you can do that to be able to put together. Is that a person?
Let's do this.
Attack dog. Okay, he hasn't got. Should I kill the dog? Oh, he killed it.
Should have run.
Whoa. Okay, the animations look amazing. Oh, Molotov cocktail. Whoa. Okay, this is really, really, really amazing. So, oh no. Okay, the level of immersion that I'm currently feeling is beyond. Okay, this is awesome. This is really the next level of VR. The animation. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Let's get this guy's gun. Take pixel. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Let's use these bullets. Fuck. Okay. How do I change gun? How do I change my gun? I kind of skipped through the. Fuck, I killed. Okay. Your husband has been crippled. Heal yourself with a skim pack. Let's get out of here. Damn it, I wanted to. Okay, skim pack. Let's heal myself. Again. How do I change weapons? Sorry about this, guys. I really kind of skipped the tutorial. And I'm kind of sucky now at playing. Okay. I don't know if I should just go beat those guys up. I actually don't even know how to open up my menu. Perk chart. I don't want my perk chart. Just close that. Okay, let's just beat these guys up. Oh, they've gone. They're gone.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh shit! Fuck you! Oh fuck you! Okay, I just took all these guys out with an unloaded gun. Okay, let's go back at observing the game. Sorry, I'm kind of getting distracted here, but again, the level of... Okay, never mind. Let's just skip. Never mind. Okay, I'm not fully accustomed to the Oh, there's another one. Okay, she has a gun. Is it a she or he? I'm gonna have to sneak up on her because I don't have any bullets that I'm aware of. Okay, next shot, and I'm going in. 1, 2... The AI? Let's observe the AI. I think that'd be interesting. Okay, she kind of knows how to come around. Fuck, okay. Fuck you. Shit, I'm terrible. Ah, fuck, I'm terrible at this. Sorry, guys. I thought I was a better player. Inventory. There we go. Okay, now I'm getting this. Sorry, I really skipped the tutorial, and you know, most people do skip the tutorial, but I'm kind of learning how to play right now on the go. So I save it as my favorite, and I can choose where to save it. Okay, this is pretty cool. I mean, if you do the tutorial, I'm sure they explain how to do all this stuff. Oh, let's save this as a favorite, and let's save it over here. Perfect. Okay, so you don't even have to close it. That's pretty awesome. And now we have all our guns. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, nice. Perfect. Okay, so... Okay, interesting small detail. Sprites, which are, for example, this, can be set as billboard. Billboard means that they're always looking at the player. You can see the mountains over there. Billboard, so as I kind of move my face around, I can kind of move the mountains around. That's a typical, you know, thing that's specific to VR. Oh, wow. Okay, so this water looks totally amazing. I think there seems to be some radiation, so... Okay, this water looks amazing. Let's choose a gun that I have more bullets with. Oh, wow. Look at the detail on this gun. Looks pretty nice. Aligned very well with the controller. I really like that. Lots of detail. If I shoot this... Okay, that's pretty awesome. Okay. Wow, look how, wow, that's pretty awesome. That's actually really hard to do. To be able to have the water react. What happens if I come under the water? Okay. Once you're under, it looks really nice, but there's like a transition, which kind of has a... It's kind of weird. Just a small little detail, you know. Again, this game is totally a AAA game. You know, this level of immersion in... I haven't played Skyrim, but it's made by the same guy, so it's basically, you know, most of... I would actually imagine that most of the components are reused in both games. Okay, guys, so I'm kind of wrapping this up. The idea was, you know, there's so many amazingly talented YouTubers, especially VR YouTubers, and I'm a huge fan of so many of them. I don't want to get into specific, just in case I miss someone out. But I think it's interesting that to get a developer point of view, because, you know, kind of observe these kind of details that as a developer you kind of have to deal with every day. I mean, it's amazing to be able to you know, to kind of like do this as a living. What's that? But it's pretty interesting for, you know, to bring kind of these insights to gamers. Oh, it exploded. Oh shit! Wow. Again, look, you can see kind of the billboard particle system there. You can see how they kind of move as my head moves, because they're designed, they're programmed to always look at the user. So yeah, thanks guys for checking in, and let's go to the conclusion.
Hey guys, back in base reality. So yeah, amazing game. I'm totally impressed with Fallout 4 VR. Again, the idea was to kind of observe, you know, kind of challenges and things that VR developers face. on a day-to-day basis, and kind of those thoughts bring them, kind of add them to the VR community, which I think a game. It's interesting when you start observing a game how it's built. You kind of like see through what kind of like seeing the matrix. You can kind of like understand how everything's working. It's kind of a different way to see games and experience games. So yeah, the idea was just to start off with this first video to kind of see what the community thinks. It would be great to get your feedback, and if people really are into this kind of stuff, the idea would be to kind of like start putting together more technical development observations of different VR games. Again, I'm a huge believer in VR, and I kind of do this here with the TreeView Studios team, where we're developing VR and AR and MR stuff every day. Pretty awesome projects coming up. But yeah, the idea is to kind of like, we're a small studio compared to the big AAA guys, but it's interesting to kind of observe and understand how these huge titles are kind of built, specific for VR. Well, Fallout not specific, but it would be nice to put together one of these videos for games like Gorn, for example, which is one of my favorite VR games. We could also put together a more detailed video of Alchemist Defender, which we are launching on Oculus hopefully before Christmas. We can actually even go through the source code if someone digs that. We can kind of like show how different components were developed, aimed at non-developers, of course, but kind of like understand everything that's behind what players play. So thanks again, guys, for checking out the video, and talk to you soon.